Now, I'm going to leave you. So you have to quit your job. That is an outward red flag. Hi, my YouTube family. Welcome on set today. Our topic for today is, actually it's our discussion, because we are not going to give any scriptures. It is just something I felt that we needed to have a candid discussion, as we always do once in a while, in some of the topics that we have done in the past. Now, the topic of today is, this should not destroy the union of marriage. This should not destroy the union of marriage. What is this that it should not destroy the union of marriage? A woman making more money. And in this short discussion, I will not only rely on women making more money. In some cases, though few, we have seen even women aiding in destruction of the union of marriage just because the man is making more money, even sometimes more than the woman. The match that I have witnessed is when a woman makes more money, it tends to pose as a challenge. Yeah. So now I felt that we have this short and brief discussion, and then we can learn one or two things, so that it should not be a cause or one of the reasons why the union of marriage should end. So I will start with this statement. These women who in most cases are career women, they're making more money, of course, than the husbands, and they're already married in the union of the marriage. What you need to identify if you are in the union of marriage, or if you are planning to get married, define the kind of man or husband you want to settle with, or you are settling with. Maybe already you've gotten yourself into the union of marriage. You need to define who this husband I am living with, this man that I've been living with, now that I'm making more money than he is. Because sometimes you realize that even the man used to make more money, maybe something happened in his workplace, then the woman has been promoted, now she's making more money than the husband. Then again, there's a challenge, because it never occurred to you to really first and foremost understand who you have settled with, who your husband is. And at the same time, those who are planning to get married, yet they're making more money than the boyfriends they want to get married to, the men they want to settle with. Yeah. So it's important to define the kind of man you are settling with. And maybe the first few things, there are many things we can discuss, but I want to make it as brief as possible, so that at least now it becomes a mind opener. Maybe you've never sat to think about it. It will get you thinking now. So it is just a brief discussion I felt that we needed to discuss. And so I will just give some few pointers. When I say define the kind of man or husband you're settling with, these are some of the things you should look at. One, is he a supporting husband? That irregardless of how much you're making, irregardless of how much you're making more than him, he is supporting you. He has vowed to support you. He has vowed to walk the journey of your financial achievement and growth with you. Like, for instance, we can take a good example of the president of Tanzania. She is a president ruling an entire nation, including the husband. Is the husband a supporting husband? Is the husband okay with her? I am sure the husband is okay with her, because she is the president, and she has never at any given time decided to resign because the husband doesn't want. So is he a supporting husband? So even if I have a tough career, that I am earning a lot of money, more than my husband is understanding. When I have to work a little bit late, he is supporting to the extent of he is even coming to pick you up from the place of work. He is supporting. He understands even if he doesn't need to pick you up, you will come home and you'll find everything is in order. The children are well taken care of. They've been tucked in bed. Maybe even the food has been prepared. You know? So is he really a supporting? How far is his support system? So this is one of the pointers that you should look at. Number two, is he a competitor? You will realize a spouse who is in competition with you by virtue of him trying to achieve the things you are doing. That every time, yes, I'm earning more than you, my husband or my boyfriend, but anything I said to do, he is aggressively attempting to do those things, even if he is not gifted in the line of work you're doing, in the projects that you're doing, in the careers you are facing, or even in the things that you are doing, in the businesses that you are doing. You will find this kind of man, he's really competing, and they don't know how to hide because they have an ego. Men always have an ego. So it is not like he's doing it in hiding. Women can do that, but men, they will openly try to do it. So when you start realizing that this is a competitor, he's not a boyfriend, he's not a husband I have, but a competition, then that is bound to pose a problem, because now he will start finding fault in every good thing you set to do. I know this statement has hit home to majority of the women who are actually breadwinners in the family. No matter how much you attempt to do at home, it will never be good enough, or it will never be good for him. This is a competitor. The other pointer you need to look at, opposer of every good plan. Everything you want to do, like there's a plan for the family to move forward. Maybe you're in a rental house and the woman can see she's making more money in such a place where she's capable of even now buying a piece of land and we build, or even she's making more money to even buy a ready house, even maybe in a gated community, even maybe to upgrade where you live, you know. But now, when this wife comes up with such suggestions, they will be shot down. Nothing. It's something good, but the husband sees it's not good. Not because it is not good, but he's doing what? He's an opposer of every good plan, so that it doesn't turn out that the wife is the one who made this thing happen, this good thing happen. So when you start seeing those kind of pointers, he's always shooting down on every good plan, then in real sense, that marriage might wind up collapsing if something is not done. If this man is not educated, if this man is not sat down and actually advised that what you're doing is wrong, and this will end your union of marriage, this will destroy your union, why don't you take this as a positive thing and back your wife up to be able to prosper together? The other thing you will see, destroyers of opportunity, with no dream for the future. It's only now. This particular statement, let me say this, in much of what I have heard in line with this statement, in most cases it happens even with women. So it will be now both sides. Destroyer of opportunities. Every time there's an opportunity the wife needs to do, it's a very good opening that has happened, the husband will refuse. The husband will shoot it down. The husband will tell you, if you proceed with this, consider this marriage done. If you do this, consider that I will not back you up. This ends now. I'm going to leave you. You know, I'm going to take a second wife. If you proceed with this project, you know it will be demanding. You will not have time for the family. He will come up with all sorts of excuses to shoot down a good opportunity, to destroy an opportunity. On the other hand, women, these women, and sometimes, yes, let's call them wicked, because when this man prospers and he gets a good opportunity to add value, to add more money on the table, it is for your good as a woman. It is for the good of the family. It's the good of your children. It's to the upgrading of yourself and the entire family. So you will realize there are women who will also work so hard to shoot down, to destroy an opportunity. And in most cases, you realize that this woman will start saying, oh, you're having an affair. Yes, even this partner you are partnering with on this particular project or this particular opportunity, you are claiming that it is a good venture, but it's because you're interested with that woman. And especially when there is another woman involved. You see? So now they will become destroyers of good opportunity. They will look for every reason whatsoever to make sure that this opportunity passes. So these are some of the things that you need to look at. When you are planning to settle down, get married as a woman or a man, and at the same time for those who are already in the union of marriages. And if you're seeing this thing, then you need to address it. And another thing I had not written and I wanted to point out, you will realize that there are women who get married already in a very good career path. And when they get into that union of marriage, immediately the husband will begin to see the progress that this woman will take and realize that, hey, this woman might even surpass what I'm bringing on the table. This woman might wind up making more than what I am bringing on the table. And by the end of the day, you will hear, you have always heard men saying that, hey, she will start disrespecting me, she will start dishonoring me, I don't want my marriage to end because I know women, women, they are very arrogant when they start making money. You'll hear all those sorts of things. Not because the woman has started doing those things, but just because maybe they have had it out there, or it's just that a gimmick to just end. So you will realize that this man will tell the wife, now that I have married you, I can provide enough for you and the family that you're about to start. So you have to quit your job. That is an outward red flag, which you should either run if you have not agreed to get married. Because one thing I will tell you, and this is off the topic, the discussion today, is I have come to realize in most cases that I've had a husband stopping a wife from working, mostly these husbands are cheating on their wives. They want to enslave this woman that you do not have any resources, financial resources. I am the one to be giving you the money. And what these husbands do, the money they give them is very little for them to even be able to do anything. So then second this wife realizes that this man has another woman, this woman cannot go anywhere. Remember, she has nowhere to go. She doesn't have the money. They have children. Where is she living to go to? So if she's not financially enabled, that is one of the tools where men who, let me call them narcissistic mentality, narcissistic behavior, they will try to cut your legs or try to financially cripple you, so that even if you hear something out there, there is nowhere you're going. Yeah. So now the other thing is, I'm coming from the negativity things that you're supposed to see, and what you need to see in that husband, what you need to see in that fiancé, that boyfriend that you are dating, that you want to settle with. If you start seeing a supporting boyfriend, a supporting spouse, a supporting companion, a supporting husband in everything you set to do, then you know, regardless of how far I go in my career, that union of marriage will stay. Because every time a husband is supporting, if this wife is supporting you all the way, this wife is not creating situations. Oh, you're coming late every day, you claim you're overworking, maybe you're dating the secretary, maybe you mpango wa kando huko, you have another woman out there, that is why you're always coming home. If you start seeing those tendencies, and 100% there is no evidence, and 100% even as a man, you know there is no other woman, this is not a supporting spouse. This is a person who will bring down every financial achievement, every financial goal you set yourself to do. So in both divides, men and women, you need to look at those signs. For those who are looking forward to settling down, those are pointers that should tell you, really, do I need to settle down with this particular person who is not supportive? Or this person is very supportive. Even I have not started picking up in my career. I'm making like even 10,000 more than him, but he doesn't feel threatened. You see? So if you see this man is okay, regardless of how much you're making, regardless you have better than he has, and he is not threatened, he is actually very supportive, then this will not destroy your union of marriage. You can proceed and get married. If you're in the union of marriage and you have those supporting husbands, despite the fact that you are a breadwinner, this is a man that you should treasure. This is a man that you should hold his hand and be the wife that God predestined you to be in that union of marriage, despite the fact you're making more than he is. Yeah. You realize that even if you as the woman, you are the one taking care of the family, you are the breadwinner of the family, you realize that your husband or your boyfriend, the man who you're bound to get married to, he's actually helping you actualize the plans. You know, he is now going beyond the support. He is there even in the planning. When you're telling him, yes, you're still making more money than the husband, but he's there coming and telling you, what do you want me to help you with? Oh, this is the plan I have, my husband. This is the plan I have, my fiancé, my boyfriend. This is what I'm thinking towards the future. And you see this man, he's actually stopping even what he's supposed to be doing because he's also earning or making something, but he's actually coming on board to help you actualize the plan for the future. So number one, he's not jealous. Number two, he is not feeling threatened. There is no sign of threat anywhere. He's actually coming and telling you, no, I will support you to actualize this plan. What do you want me to do? Tell me what you want me to do. He is not even feeling like he's the one who is supposed to be giving the advice, but now he's even asking you as the wife, what was your plan? What were you seeing? He sits and listens, and he takes a step to actualize the plan. So these are the signs you need to start recognizing and seeing. On the other hand as well, this is a husband who is making so much. And you as the wife, even when he comes home and tells you, this is my next project, this is the next plan I want. And he tells you, oh, what do you think? Can you tell me if I do this and this? You as the wife, you're not there saying, you couldn't have finalized your work in the office. Now you're bringing it home. This is not a wife who is supportive. But now when you come and tell her, yes, sweetheart, I've come home late, but I've been doing this thing. What do you think? What is your opinion? It is time for you as a wife to also give an opinion, but first learn what he's doing. Then see where you can step in to give your support, to even stop what you're doing, even if you're cleaning the dishes, if you're a housewife, and tell him he has respected you enough to come and ask you for your opinion. So these are the kind of support systems we need to look at, we need to observe, we need to thoroughly think about. Make sure you are seeing this thing in your spouse. Make sure you are seeing this thing in your girlfriend, in your wife to be, in your wife who you have married to, in your husband that you're already living with. If this is a person you can sit and reason together, plan together, help each other, support each other. It doesn't matter whether she is making millions while you're making hundreds of thousands of shillings or even less. You're not challenged, you're not threatened. You are respectful in both cases. This is a marriage that will go far, irregardless. This should not be the reason as to why your marriage should end. A woman making more money. Then I will take you to another statement. When this is going on, and especially now the wife is making more money than you, learn to align your goals. This spouse that you are with, even though the wife is making more money, every time you're saying, we are living in a rental house, we need to buy a house now. This man tells you, no, we need to buy a car, we need to buy food, we need to buy perishable things. Yeah. So by the end of the day, regardless of how much you're making, you don't have any goals whatsoever. You have no plan. You have no strategy. So even though you are making more money, you need to align yourself with a person that you are focused together with. I mean, your goals are similar. Your plans are similar. You have already aligned your goals. If you want to get married, this is where I want to be. I know I'm making more money to be in a position of buying a house, getting into real estate business. If this person you're dating, their dream is not the same with yours, then there is no need to proceed in that relationship, because automatically that union of marriage will not work. You'll wind up fighting. And then strategic financial plans. What are your plans now that money is coming in? Your money is coming in, even if it's little. Her money is a lot. What are we planning towards the future? If you, as a woman who is making more money, realizes that your spouse is only taking this money you're making and you cannot even give an account or explanation where this money is going, then this is a major red flag. You will wind up not having achieved the goals you had for the family and your children. And you'll wind up even realizing this money was being wasted elsewhere, maybe even with other women. You understand? So now you need to come up with strategic financial plan. And coming up with a strategic financial plan, this has to be in agreement. So there is no war. What I like is what he likes. Irregardless, it's my money. He also has his money. We are bringing this money on the table. Yes, my money is the one that needs to do a lot of heavy lifting in terms of what we need to do in the family. But now we are both in agreement on this strategic plan, financial plan that we are undertaking. So then now you realize it doesn't matter whether the woman is making more money. There is no war. There is no challenging each other. You are both on the same page. You are both making the same plans, you know. So that is the other thing that you need to work on and look at. But if these are not the cases, aligning your goals, you're not in agreement, strategic financial plans, you're not in agreement, that union of marriage is bound to fail. Execution of the plan with your spouse support. When you're about, you have made your strategies, you've aligned your goals, and you're capable of achieving them. Now there is execution. When it comes now to executing, now we have enough money, we need to go buy a piece of land, we need to build, we need to get into real estate business, we need to get a few apartments so that at least we get an additional income in the family. When it comes to the execution of plan, are you in agreement? Because this number 2 discussion now, aligning your goals, strategic financial plan, execution of the plan, it is all entirely based on agreement. Are you on the same page? Are you in agreement in everything you set to do? Because if you're not on the same page, this union of marriage is bound to end. Because now here, I need to execute. You pretended as my spouse that you're with me. But now because you have realized it is achievable, now you are fighting the execution. You are fighting the manifestation of the plan. So in real sense, it means you are not with me from the get-go. And this also happens with women. Men who make more money, and now it is time to buy a house. Then you realize this woman who has no plan, who has no goals, they start fighting. No, you promised me to buy a car. You already have one car which you can share. No, I need my own car. But we are in rental. We need first to have a house. You see? So you need to be together and in agreement and in support of each other to be able to achieve whatever needs to be achieved. But remember, the title of this discussion is When the Woman is Making More Money, because that is where we have realized there's a lot of problems, and especially when it comes to the male ego, to the male position in the home. So any small thing a woman might wind up doing, even innocently, might be taken negatively. And the husband will say, you're disrespecting me because you're making more money than myself. So you need to have realized what kind of a husband you got married to, what kind of a man you are planning to get married to. Because if he's an envious man, a jealous man, a competitive man, a man who is old school, coming from a place where the man is supposed to provide, then it will be a challenge. Yeah. Number 3, you need to have a table of agreeing or disagreeing. It's not always, because you are not born twins, neither are you sister and brother. You met, you got married, you met, you're planning to get married. There will always be a table of agreeing or disagreeing. You have to learn to follow your pride, and he does the same. You have to learn to agree to disagree and eventually come up with a decision. So when your husband tells you, I don't see like this plan of yours will work, listen. Listen to why. Listen to the pros and cons. The same way, even if you are the woman, it is my money, you're making the money. When you tell your husband, yes, I asked you for your opinion, but I'm not seeing how this is going to work. Let the man as well listen to the pros and cons as to why this is not going to work. So there has to always be a table of agreeing or disagreeing. But this will come to play when you clearly understand who you're married to or who you're planning to get married to. Because there are some men who have grown, who are coming from a place where a woman is not supposed to be telling you anything. And if this is the nature of this man, or this is how he reasons, then it will be difficult for you to ever agree, because you realize that there are places where women are breadwinner, but even if they bring their salary home, they need to put it on the table for the man to take charge of that. And you, as the woman who has made the money, you have no say in it, because he is the head of the family. So before you, who is not married, you are planning to get married, clearly understand who you're getting married to. If you're making more money and you're seeing that you are actually going to take over the home financially because of what you will be doing financially, and yes, you understand how to respect your husband, how to honor him, that will still not be enough. How much sacrifice you will give to make sure your marriage works, that will still not be enough if you do not understand who you're getting married to, the background of who you're getting married to. So if he's a man that cannot be told, that never listens to a woman, that his decision is final, that your salary, it is him who 100% will take over, and you have no say in it, because there's another way. You might be making all the money. The agreement is you bring the money home, or you both know, you're transparent. But you know what he's making, I know what he's making. But even when you bring this money home, you as the wife has an opinion. Your husband will tell you, yes, you brought this money. What do you plan? What are your plans? What do you want? So that table again of agreeing and disagreeing. Why don't we do this together? Why don't we? What do you think? If this is the kind of man you're getting married to, then the marriage will work. But if it is the kind of man you are married to or you're planning to get married to, he is the final. He is the sole decision maker. That union of marriage will not work. Especially you as the woman, if you are the breadwinner, you are the one who is making the money. The other thing on 3, on the table of agreeing and disagreeing, maybe what I would say another pointer is communication. Because on the table of agreeing and disagreeing, this is purely communication. Are you communicable? Is your spouse ready to communicate? Because if you're married to a person who does not communicate, then there will be a problem. He will say this and it is final, no more communication. He will decide to keep silent and take the money and do whatever he feels like. He doesn't owe you any explanation. So communication is key when the woman is making more money than the husband. So this should not be one of the reasons why your marriage should end. Then number 4, what is the way forward? Table of agreeing and disagreeing, there is communication. Way forward. You cannot leave your discussion in between unresolved matter. Money is here. We needed to do this. We have disagreed. You have thrown the towel. You have even fought a bit verbally, and you have decided we are not doing it. No, the table of agreeing and disagreeing is there for you to come up with a way forward. For you to agree finally, what are we doing together? Okay? Then finally 5, decision making. So the way forward is this. This is the decision we have come up with. Now you go to the execution of what you needed to do as a family. So I tend to believe that this should not be the reason as to why a union of marriage should break just because a woman is making more money. And on the other hand, on my closing, because I've also had this, when a woman is making more money, please don't be arrogant. Don't be abusive. Don't disrespect your husband. Remember, maybe even in some union of marriage, when the woman was getting married, the man was making more money. You understand? Not just because you have started making more money. The same way you are humble, the same way you are respectful when he was making the money. Do not change. Remember, he is still your husband. You need to honor him as he honored you. On another side twist of the coin, maybe when this husband was making more money, he was mistreating you. He was ill-treating you. And now that you have started making more money and he has lost his job, you have decided it's payback time. Because he used to cheat on you, he used to bring, but you decided to stay. Even when he was cheating on you, he was mistreating you, you decided to stay. There's still that place in your heart that you still value him, respect him, want him. Do not take that as a tool now to fight back. You used to do this to me. Now it is my turn to deal with you. Do not make this be a reason to end your union of marriage. So I felt that we needed to have that short discussion to just get some of us thinking. Because we have had many cases where when the woman starts making more money, the union of marriage ends. That is not a platform of ending the union of marriage. Let's maintain respect, love, especially. Men, you have always been told, I've always taught this in this channel. Men, love your wife. Continue loving your wife. Continue honoring your wife. Continue supporting your wives. Even as they make more money, is for your own good. And remember, if this woman is married to you, this woman is planning to get married to you irregardless of her making more money than you. That means she values you. That means she treasures you. That means that you as a man love her. And now she has agreed to become the physical manifestation of the love that you're giving her. Right? So it is very important and it is prudent that money should not become the center piece of why we should have disagreement in the home. We should have cases of divorce in the home just because the woman is making more money. Yeah. So until next time, keep watching, keep subscribing, keep supporting by your likes, your comments. I would love to read your comments, and also at the same time share my videos. But much of what I would really need you to do is listen, watch our videos. Let's learn together. There's little small nuggets that we say here that changes life, and I'm honored and I'm happy for those who are side chatting also on my public phone. For those who are saying for sure there's something you said and it hit home and something has changed, and I'm happy to read those comments. And also for those who feel that private matters, you can send me on my phone or my email as you're doing. But anything you feel that can encourage another person, just put it in the channel as comments. I would really love to read that, and I will also be happy because maybe your comment will also be another teaching, life lessons to change a life and to save a life, just as we have been doing in this channel. Until next time, I am so glad for your support, continued support, and until next time, God's blessings.